A best friend is someone who brings out the best in me. Henry Ford. Now, when you hear the word best friend, a lot of things can come to mind. Your childhood friend that you grew up with, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, even your pet. But for me, a best friend has to have three qualities. They have to make you laugh, they have to push you to be better, and they have to be nice. They have to be kind. And for me, nobody could fill that role better than my boyfriend, Nick Snyder. Nick Snyder is what you wouldn't believe how kind Nick is. He pushes me to be the best I can be, and he is the funniest person I know. He is my best friend and my biggest aspiration. When it comes to how kind Nick is, you wouldn't think that he is in fact as kind as he is. When you see Nick, you don't think, oh, he cares about marine life, otters, and dogs. You think, that's a really goofy looking Eagles fan who talks a lot of smack. And I think it's just really funny to hear that from people, and then to know that Nick has called me multiple times crying about the Great Barrier Reef and how sad it was that the fish didn't have homes and that the most beautiful thing on the planet was dying. I think it's really funny to hear that from people and then know in my heart that he sends me videos of otters dancing around in little hats because he so desperately wants one. I just think it is so funny to hear all of these people talk about how moody he is, and what they don't know is that my dog is the first person he greets when he walks into my house. Not me, not my parents, not my siblings, my dog. And in return, she brings him socks. It's just, it's things like that that draw me towards him and that I really appreciate about him. And in short, now that I've given you more than enough to embarrass him, on top of being nice, he is extremely supportive. When you want to be like somebody, you want to mimic the good qualities they have. You want to push yourself to be like them in those aspects. And it's a struggle to be as supportive as Nick is most days. There are times where I disappear for hours just trying to get things done and trying to get my life together, and he is right there waiting to give me an undying amount of emotional support, and it's hard to reciprocate. I mean, he'll listen to me talk about bowling even though he doesn't really know what's going on, and even though I'm not great at it, he still comes to my matches, and it is an amazing thing to have in a person that you are that close to. It is an amazing thing to feel that amount of support from somebody, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Would you believe that on top of being incredibly supportive, he is the funniest person I know? Because when he walks into a room, even if he's the last person that I want to see in my life, he'll say something and I'll immediately start laughing. I could be in the worst mood, I could be angry at him, and I'll see him and I can't help from smiling. It actually makes me mad because I want to be angry at him. I want him to know that I'm upset with him. And I can't stop smiling because his laughter and his jokes are so contagious that I don't know anybody who couldn't withstand how great he is. We could be doing something simple like a Mancino's Day, or we could be watching fireworks in Bay City, and it will automatically be the best time that I have ever had in my life because of him, because of the things that he does with me. And not only is he funny, but he's also very intellectually stimulating. His jokes aren't just surface value. He also knows how to make light of things and actually talk about them instead of just tossing them aside. And his laughter is extremely contagious, and like I said, it's one thing that I really appreciate in a person, and I'm really glad that I know that part of Nick. My boyfriend is my best friend. We've been together for almost a year, and he is my biggest supporter. He is the kindest person I have ever met, even though he doesn't show it a lot, even though he talks all of this and that about how cool he is. He has cried multiple times about very little things like the Great Barrier Reef. He is beyond funny, and he can make me laugh, but he can also know when it's time to be serious and when it's time to talk about something. And above all, on top of everything, he is the most supportive person I've met, and without him, I don't think I would be the type of person that I am today if I wasn't trying to be like him. It's hard to think that it took me this long to find a friend and somebody I can trust in like him, but I am so glad I did, because without him I would be completely lost and I